Today's video will do some kind of heater installation in a camper van. We have Steven here. Good morning, Steven.
Hi, good morning.
Oh wait, I have a microphone for you actually. Steven, you're on video, hello. What are we having here? What are we doing today?
We're going to take a very cold Ford Transit van and we're going to make it into a toasty warm Ford Transit van with the help of this amazing genius, Toby.
Thank you, thank you. And what product are we installing today?
We're installing a Velit gasoline powered air heater. So kind of a medium range. It's not the super inexpensive, it's not the super expensive. I guess it's the one in the middle.
The one in the middle, which keeps this van toasty warm, hopefully. Even in elevation, right?
Even in elevation.
That's perfect. So that means we'll prepare everything. We'll even install a straight line into the gasoline tank of the van. So now we're checking up the car, and then we'll try to do a step-by-step, but probably skip a couple steps in between in the video. But we'll try to make it as thorough as possible. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments.
And God willing, the van doesn't catch fire.
Fingers crossed. If not, this video will never be released, but we'll see how it goes. So it's checked up. Justin, why did you want to sleep like that? I don't know. Steven, you didn't want to sleep like that the whole night? Did it work out?
I'm used to sleeping in mountains.
Oh, okay, that's why. On the other side, that's where the tank is, and that's where we need to get access. What year is this Transit?
This is a 2024.
2024. Transit 250 all-wheel drive in a beautiful gray.
High roof, 148 axle.
Okay. Beautiful gray. You can't see it, but it's gray.
Arctic gray.
Arctic gray. The first thing we try to get off the fuel. What is it called? Insert? No, what is it called?
The filler neck.
Filler neck.
We have to disconnect the filler neck so we can push that down so we can drop
the tank completely.
The tank. Oh. And I'll put these brackets in order of rear to front.
Okay, cool. So under here we figured out there is some kind of auxiliary extension already included, but we don't have to write. What is it called? A bundy or something?
Nipple.
Nipple? Yeah, nipple. Anyways, a link in the description below for those ones who want to do that. We have to drop it because we don't want to cut that line, so we'll still tap into the top. So right now Steven is taking off those straps which hold it, the tank in place. Looks like he took off the first one. No, the first two already.
There's two.
Wow, two. Dang. So they're in
flying.
4. So I'm getting there. Getting there. All right, giving you a little update. So we took down the straps here. You can see it. You can see now the sender unit right here. That's what it looks like. Be careful with lowering everything, that there's no stress on anything. We took actually off here the hose. I don't know if you see it, this one, to the filler neck. That's taking off, so that's why we're able to lower it that much. This actually is the auxiliary line extender, which I put on. So now taking pictures and making sure we have everything documented before we take everything off.
So we're just nice. Literally missing that little guy there.
Oh, that's a bummer. Here we go.
But let's see.
No one ever in history had the tank out like we do, and we have no idea how to put it back in. Nice. So taking off this clip, we should be able to pull it out, yeah.
Good question, Toby.
Out completely. That's what it looks like. All right, let's screw holes in it, huh? We said?
No, take this off.
All right,
and then we're gonna go.
And then we take it out, and then we can screw in. Looks like a surgeon here, but we took it out, covered the hole. Nothing should fly in. Here it is, beauty. Now you have to try to work pretty clean. Steven is figuring out where we need to drill a hole. It's something we have to check online. We'll drill a hole. We'll cap this one. We don't cap it off. We'll just put the hose, the auxiliary hose extender on it as it was before, so you could even use it afterwards again. Make sure it is floaty. You don't bend anything here. Very important. Keep it clean. And that's pretty much what it is. So drilling a hole will be the exciting next part. Just figure out where it is. All right, the tricky and scary part. We are drilling a hole in the center unit. Somewhere right here, that's where we'll drill it. There's great documentation online.
And this is way too small.
And this is way too small.
Start small.
We'll start small because we'll use the Velit cylinder pipe unit, whatever it's called. Where did I put it? I think I put it away. Anyways, so drilling a hole.
And over here, did you say?
Absolutely not.
This over here? Here?
Good luck. Right in here. Here's the hole. Pretty much done. I think we have.
Can we do it with this little pick?
732. All right, you got it back in. Make the orientation right, and just have to make sure that the hoses will be able to click back in. This one as well. So that's what we will be trying to connect the hoses now before we lift it back in with the clamp and this little hose. And this came with the Velit?
Correct.
Yeah. There we go.
As did these clamps.
There we go. Let's try it.
You?
Take a nap.
We need to
Push it in.
take a nap.
And push it in. Oh yeah. Okay, look at that. We have it connected. We have this also connected and extended. So we have everything to be working underneath later. You're in the way where I would push it in. We need to push it in that side.
Oh yeah.
But now we push it in and do the connections and check it up again. So that's all. All right. Everything's back connected. As you can see here, Steven is checking his messages and now we're checking it up and then putting the straps back on. All right, so this is the base plate which comes with the heater.
Which we don't need now.
Which we don't need now because this is what we want to use. So you can buy this turret, 60 millimeter length for placing in the RV, but we had to drill a hole for the power because weird enough it doesn't come with this, basically this hole what the base has. So we need to do that. Plus this one was already broken, made in China sadly, but we had to JB weld it. At the same time we extended this heat shield a little bit, so we'll see how that plays out. It doesn't need to be pretty, but it needs to be functional. All right, and now he tries to steal something out here.
We're good. Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. Let's get to the van.
So the bay that we're looking at putting it in is this center bay here, and it's going to go as near to the wall as possible. The air intake will be from this side. The hot air will shoot that way, and it will be in this direction. So,
so just do it. I'll wait here.
So let's position this. Ah, there it is.
Oh, it's laying there.
It's underneath the cardboard.
That's a template.
It's that way around. So the heater,
of course,
with
they
these
will go down. Yeah.
Down. Yeah.
Intake. Perfect. Yeah. All right, so we'll now go down, make sure that this center is also the bay down here, which is elevated and has more room. And we'll drill from the bottom up first to hopefully hit the right spot. So that hole will be covered by the, what is it, 5-inch or 3-inch? 5-inch holes that we have. We'll use.
And by drilling from the bottom up first, if we miss where we need to be by an inch or two, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
If we drill down first and we miss by an inch or two, we got a problem.
So we need to find the right spot from the bottom up first. All right, let's do that. So it looks like we are using this bay. That's where I'll start with the pilot hole. And check it out on the other side if we get through. Remember, there are multiple layers: steel, insulation, and then a wood board.
Straight through!
There it is.
What's that?
There it is.
That will put our heater there. I think we're good that way. I just think we could afford to come a little that way.
How much wall do you want to have there? That's probably the question for you.
Here, wall here. I think this is going to be like
very thin.
Yeah, quarter of an inch. So the cabinets are going to be like 17 inches deep.
Okay.
So there's plenty of room.
All right, let's see what we have. This one, which is prepared, we tested in the hole, it works. So now we have the gasket in here, we put the studs in. Here you can see the long end of the hole. We use some pliers to get it in, as well as a little blue Loctite, make it extra safe. Then this one goes on top. And we need to make sure that the power wires, which are here, they also need to go through here. So that's what I'm doing now. That's where the wires, power wires, will go through. So we'll see if I have enough space for that.
I'm gonna wave to you from down here.
I know. I saw your hand earlier.
Can you see me now?
Got you. Hey. So now we have in here the wire for the pump pulled through. It's this one that will be outside of the van, and it's nice and neat here, so it is still movable, which is good, but it has a seal. So now we are using, most likely, I guess, those flare nuts and put them on, and then air intake and exhaust. What is that for material?
This is called Sikaflex.
There we go. That's what he's doing. Filling
Waterproof, but flexible.
Ah, awesome.
Do you want some?
No, thank you. But I'm continuing here with the air intake. Air intake is closer to this side. Pretty tight here, but it will make it work. So here we go. And we're doing a dry fit. Need to go that way. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming. There we go.
Boom. We have liftoff. We've got about an inch
Of
sticking
what?
down
Of what?
of metal.
Oh, good.
Perfect. So that goes to the front of the van. Come and take a look.
All good. See you.
Yeah. Come and film the octopus.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I think that goes there. Like that?
Uh-huh. And now then we can focus on this stuff.
I think so.
Let's do it. Let's go. Smells great.
You're getting a high.
Yeah.
RTV high.
You ready?
Yep. Give me the electric first.
Now I'm coming with the other stuff. Up. All right. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm blazing it in.
Yeah.
And it's seated. One more.
This is the last connection.
The last connection we have to do. It's the pump itself. Well, took us a lot of figuring out here, but you can see everything is coming down. We have to have from the tank first the fuel pump over here. So this is the tank in, this is the flow direction. From the filter it goes into the pump. What Steven is preparing, we'll be mounting it over here in the middle, so it's away from the exhaust. And then it's going back here with this one into the unit. And here's the air intake. It's dark, so we'll be wrapping up now, but here's the pump. It's getting dark, so pushing everything in as quickly as we can. We actually have the unit itself here. We do have even here this one connected, but in a moment it's the off position. You're not starting it.
Next day. I hope Steven had a good night. We'll figure that out now. Good morning, Steven.
Good morning.
Oh, look at
Toby.
that beauty right in the corner.
Yeah.
Not a corner. So how was your first night with it, and what was good, what was not good?
It was
have
toasty.
anything? Toasty?
Yeah, yeah.
You said
yeah.
you slept butt naked, I believe.
I normally sleep with 3 layers, and last night, birthday suit.
Congratulations.
I was
Good,
in my
good.
birthday suit.
Good.
But yeah, Toby, it was great. It was warm. It cycled on and off. I had it on a very low setting.
Oh, good.
if I listen carefully, I could hear a little tick, tick,
Yeah, the
tick,
pump probably,
which was
outside.
the fuel pump, but it wasn't loud.
Okay.
And the actual air coming out was just more of a... that wasn't loud either.
It's probably also that because we didn't have any hose in it
Exactly.
to direct the heat somewhere. And it's also not built into a cabinet yet.
Yeah.
So
It
all
will
those
be
things.
hidden.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. You mentioned something with the fumes, so that's something I think we're not able to finish yet. But
Yeah, so just as a precautionary measure, I slept with windows open last night with my roof vent pulling air out because we don't have the actual exhaust vent snaked outwards. It's pointing just a little bit under the van rather than out of the van.
Which I'll show you in a second.
And you can see that on the other side.
Yeah.
But all in all, I would say 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb for Velit, and the other thumb for Toby.
Oh, cool. I was only doing a little helping here. Well, no, that's great to hear. Will you have some kind of carbon monoxide monitor or something in here, or warning?
I will. I'll install a carbon monoxide warning. But I read the manual last night, and there is actually something built in
Oh,
to
okay.
the heater. That's
So finally, after you bought it, finally you read the manual after installation.
the last
not
thing
before.
we did. After a whole day's work, we looked in the manual.
Nice, good. That's good to hear. Let's go around really quick where you connected everything, because I think that's pretty cool also to see in your van that this has the Explorer's Life installation, which they sell online and in their shop
Yeah.
with great support. So
And here is the logo.
you know that channel, and everything we did, ignore the garage of course, but everything we did, we just routed the 12 volt into this 12 volt panel, connected a 20 amp fuse, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty clean installation, but that's all. Very cool.
That's right there, I believe. It's just dangling here. And that's what he meant, it's just pointing down at the moment. The final and proper installation will be that he will have it pointing out here on the side of the van. He has all the equipment, but it was too late last night, so we decided just having there, testing the unit. But you will be drilling another hole in your van, right? That it comes out
Eventually.
right here.
Yeah, we're going to. We purchased a flush mount exhaust port here that I think has 2 walls, an inner wall and an outer wall. But basically, the exhaust will come out here eventually.
So it's just a flush mount.
Correct.
It's nothing. You could probably you don't have to. But you want to have the muffler in between the current installation and also here this flush mount, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
I'm going to contact Jeff and get an extension, and then we can run the exhaust down, which we've already done. Run it horizontal. Put in the muffler. And then from the muffler, then snake it this way.
Perfect. Well, that's something which you will do. I'll enjoy that installation. So I'm happy that this was your van. We drilled in your van, not in my van. I think I'm still would be scared, but I'm happy it worked out, and hope everything is sealed. Thanks for doing that together.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thank you, YouTube, and thank you, Toby.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.